Hello friends, welcome to Raghu Cloud Tech channel. In this channel, you are going to learn about VMware Virtualization, AWS DevOps, Linux, Windows and networking, cloud computing platforms. So today topic, now let's get into the topic, VMware vSphere introduction. Okay. In every organization, VMware and AWS combination is there. So chances are more for us to get the job. Or if you want to change the job, you should have a knowledge on this product. Okay. Nowadays, mostly used product in all organizations. Okay. Like we'll see now. Before VMware, how companies are using like running business. Okay. After VMware, what are the changes like advantages for the companies? So before VMware, we call it as traditional infrastructure. Okay, traditional IT infrastructure, also known as bare metal infrastructure or legacy infrastructure, refers to a computing environment where applications and workloads run directly on dedicated physical servers without the layer of virtualization or cloud abstraction that is common today. Okay. The key difference is that traditional infrastructure relies on a dedicated physical hardware for each function requiring manual management, while VMware infrastructure uses a software layer virtualization, that means to abstract physical resources, enabling flexibility, scalability, and automated management of virtual machines. Okay, like we'll see now. So, what they will do is they will purchase a uh, physical server. It may be Dell or HP or Cisco. Like they have purchased high-end configuration. Configuration in the sense hard disk, CPU, memory, RAM. Okay, they will install operating system on a top of that physical server. It might be Windows operating system or Linux operating system. Top of that, what they will do is they will install a business application and configure, and they'll run the business from that physical server. So as of now, I'm running SQL, Oracle, SAP, Book My Show, Facebook business application on physical server one. Okay. Some like I have one more product project came. So for example, Flipkart application business came. So I want to install Flipkart install on a physical server. Okay. For example, I'll cut this one as of now. So I'm trying to install Flipkart application here. So as of now, this five business applications running fine. There is no issues. Okay, smoothly business also running. So when I'm trying to install sixth application, example, it may be any other business application. Example, I'm taking Flipkart. After installing, started problem for other applications, not working properly, suddenly stopping, hanging. So business impacting. So after installing a sixth application. Now what I need to do is we need to purchase one more server for that application. Like same configuration like hard disk CPU, same configuration. They'll or high-end configuration they'll choose and they'll purchase a physical server. So that Flipkart sixth application they'll install on a physical server too. So when you install sixth application on second server, so this is running fine here and server one previous applications like five applications is running. Example I'm taking five, real time not like that, just example I'm taking. So five here also running fine. So no issues no. But thing is, so cost efficiency. Okay. So again need to spend money for the second server. Even though we have memory CPU high end, we are unable to utilize 100%. Okay. Because if we install more applications on a single server, there might be chances like each application there will be back-end services. So if that services clashes, application will stop working. So it will not reach to end user. Obviously, if it is not reaching to end user, business impact will be there. Okay, we'll see now. Okay, so top of this physical server, we will install a multiple business applications like SAP, Oracle, okay, SQL, it is any other business applications. Okay, all kind of business applications. Now there might be chances, as I said, now there might be chances clashes of background services. Okay, SQL separate service will be there, services for Oracle services will be their background. BMS like Book My Show application background services is there. So that services all running means application also will work fine. If anything stops means it will not work properly. There will be misbehavior. So hanging, stopping or something. Okay. So due to this lack of this issue, we need to purchase one more server. Okay. Due to this, we cannot install more application on a single physical server. Okay. Even though it is high-end configuration, we are unable to install more application on physical server one. Okay. And unable to utilize memory CPU 100%. Okay. What we need to use? We need to buy a new physical server. So again, it will be extra cost for client. Okay. So these are the disadvantages of traditional infrastructure. One is there might be background services clashing. Second one is we are unable to utilize memory CPU. Third one is extra cost for client. Okay. Now VMware infrastructure. So how this one helpful for companies like advantage for companies. We'll see now advantages and disadvantages or differences from traditional infrastructure to VMware infrastructure. Okay, VMware infrastructure 2000 around 2000K came in the market 2K they have introduced to overcome these issues. VMware introduced VMware Infra. This VMware Infra came to the picture in a 2K year. Okay, we'll see what are the advantages of VMware infrastructure. Okay, VMware infrastructure refer to a comprehensive suite of software products and components that use the company's virtualization technology to transform traditional physical IT environments into flexible, efficient, and centrally managed virtual data centers. Okay, the core principle of VMware infrastructure is server virtualization, which allows multiple isolated virtual machines, that means VMs, to run on a single physical server, maximizing hardware utilization and efficiency. Okay, see, like when it comes to traditional infrastructure, what we need to use, so we'll purchase physical server. Top of that, we will install a Windows or Linux operating system. Then we will install and configure the business application. Then it will reach to end user after configuration. Then business will run smoothly. Okay. When it comes to VMware infrastructure, we will purchase a server. Top of that physical server, instead of Windows or Linux operating system, what we will do is VMware has own operating system that name called as ESX or ESXi OS. So instead of Windows or Linux, what we will do is top of that physical server, we will install a ESXi OS. Okay, ESXi OS we can call it as hypervisor. Hypervisor nothing but any software that split the hardware resource into a software resources. That means so if we install Windows or Linux, it will not convert physical resource to virtual resource. Okay. When you install ESXi, VMware OS, ESX or ESXi OS on a physical server, what it will do is it will convert physical resource like memory CPU into virtual resource. So with the help of this hypervisor ESXi OS, we can install virtual machines. Okay. Means Like I have multiple business applications. For example, for SQL, one virtual machine. Virtual machine is nothing but software machine. It looks like, works like physical machine only. Okay. So for each application, we will install a one server. So for SQL, one server, Oracle, one server means virtual server, Flipkart, one, Facebook, one, like that, BMS, one, like that. We will install a virtual missions for each business application. Top of this virtual mission, we will install like Windows or Linux operating system. Like based on application requirement, we will install operating system on virtual machine. Once we install this operating system, then business application will be configured top of this OS. Okay. Now, let me do what it will do is now. See, I have one physical server. Okay. Here I have installed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I have 20 more applications. Like, for example, 20 apps, business applications there in my project. So all I can install here in single physical server. Like, like this 20 virtual missions we can create for 20 business applications. So now, what is the advantages here? There is no background clashes services. And second one, we can utilize 100% memory CPU here. In traditional infrastructure, we cannot utilize, but when it comes to VMware infrastructure, we can utilize 100% memory CPU. Okay, these are the advantages. Now, here 20 business applications running on a single physical server. In traditional infrastructure, server 1, 5 applications, server 2, 2 business applications. Now, due to hardware issue or software issue, if this server in VMware infrastructure, if this server goes down, means all running business applications like this, all virtual machines for 20 applications, 20 VMs will be there. 20 virtual machines will be goes down. So here business impact will be more. If you see same way in traditional infrastructure, for example, physical server one, 5 business applications running. If this server went down due to hardware issue or software issue, here only 5 business application will be impacted. Okay. Server 2 will be running because Flipkart and Redbus application is running on server 2. This is up and running. There is no issue with this server. So business will run for this application. Impact will be SQL, Oracle, SAP, BMS, Facebook. Okay. Uh, it may be hardware issue or software issue. For example, if it is hardware issue, you have to raise a case with in both the cases, traditional or VMware Infra. If it is a server Dell, we have to raise the case with Dell vendor. If it is HP server, we have to raise a case with HP vendor. If it is Cisco, we have to raise a case with Cisco server, like Cisco vendor. If it is hardware issues like motherboard, DIMM slot, hard disk, any hardware component, based on availability, they will arrange an engineer and they will check and they will, if required, they will replace the hardware part. Okay, it may take 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, 1 day, 2 day. Don't know until that this applications business will be impacted. Okay, no, only 5, remaining 2 will be running. When it comes to VMware infrastructure, as I said, in this physical server, we can run multiple more application on a single server. So as of now, assume that I am running 20 application. For 20 application, I have configured 20 virtual servers. So if this server went down in VMware infrastructure, 20 applications will be impacted. Then how you say that compared to traditional infra, VMware infrastructure is more secure. Okay. Now here is a one, like future in VMware. There is a HA future and DRS. So if hardware or software reason, if any server goes down, if we enable HA feature in VMware, what it will do is all running virtual servers, it will move to second server. Now what they will do is they will purchase same configuration server. Okay. So assume that already here 5 virtual machines running. So whenever this server one, for example, this is server one, this is server 2. Yeah. So some reason due to hardware issue or software issue, this physical server one went down. So if we enable HA feature, what that HA feature service will do is whatever running, all running VMs will power off here and will power on into server 2. So that means it will move all running VMs from here to here, it will move. Okay. For example, so once this server due to some hardware or software issue, this went down means all running VMs will come to here. This I'll paste here. Okay. Now already 10 VMs running, like 5 VMs running on this server. So these 5, total 10 virtual machines will run on a server 2 because server 1 went down due to some hardware or software issue. So now assume that if it is hardware issue, as I said, Dell means Dell, HP means HP vendor, Cisco means Cisco vendor. We need to raise a case with. If hardware issue, they'll come and replace the part or they'll troubleshoot the issue. Uh, What if, like, if it is software issue? Here in VMware infrastructure, we are using a VMware operating, software like ESXi OS. If any OS related issue, we have to raise a case with VMware. Now, actually, Broadcom, we have to raise a case with Broadcom. They will check, like if is there any software issue, they'll check and they'll troubleshoot, resolve the issue. Once hardware or software issue resolved, server back to online, then reload the balance. Like same VMs you can move from server 2 to server 1 or randomly you can pick and move. Okay, like this. Okay, na? So now here in both the cases business impact will be there, but when it comes to VMware, business impact will be minimal. That means within 3 to 5 minutes all running VMs will be powered off here and powered on here. So business will within 5 minutes business will be back to online. Okay. So compared to 1 day, 2 day downtime, 3 to 5 minutes doesn't matter. So that's the reason companies are using VMware infrastructure. Like this, there are a lot of features. Like one feature, one session we will take in upcoming classes. Everything related to VMware services, everything one session we will take and I'll explain in real time how it will work. Everything I'll take a single session. Okay. So in traditional infra, like 2 days, 3 days, based on requirement, part up available, they'll replace the part and issue, they'll resolve the issue. Here no, here also same, but VMs will be running on second server. So business will be running from this second server too. So meanwhile, you come to server one, check what is the issue, hardware or software issue, resolve, take time and resolve the issue. Once server back to online, so rebalance the load. So random VMs also you can move from server 2 to server 1 or same VMs which is moved from server 1 to server 2. If you have note of that virtual machines, same VMs we can move. Here only just for drawing, I have mentioned only 5 VMs. Real time, there might be more VMs will be there on each server. Okay. Some VMs may be in the summary, they may be mentioned. These virtual machines run on host 1, physical server 1, ESXi server 1, like that they may mention. In upcoming classes, I'll show you that option also, how we can mention, where we can mention. Okay. This is the how, like, differences traditional infrastructure and VMware infrastructure. This is the reason VMware came to the picture to, like, overcome these traditional infrastructure issues. VMware Infra came to the picture in a 2000 year. Okay. Uh, we'll see now hypervisor. So there are two types of hypervisor in a real time. Type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. In a real time, for companies, data centers, business purpose, we will use a type 1 hypervisor. That means bare metal hypervisor, which we will use for in VMware infrastructure business purpose. Okay, vSphere product. Type 2 hypervisor, hosted hypervisor. This is for testing and practice session. Okay, in type 1 hypervisor, we will use for ESX, ESXi, Hyper-V, Zen server. Example of type 2 is VMware Workstation, Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, for practice session and all we will use. Okay, in type 1, as I said earlier, on top of that physical server, directly we will install hypervisor ESXi OS, then virtual machines. Top of that virtual machine, we will install Windows or Linux operating system based on application requirement. If SAP application requires Windows operating system, client will give you the requirement for that virtual machine. For that application, we need to install Windows operating system. If they want Linux, they will clearly mention the details. Accordingly, we need to install operating system on that virtual machine. Once we install operating system, then application will be configured top of that OS. Okay. When it comes to type 2 hosted hypervisor, same like physical server, top of that we will install Windows or Linux. Then we will install or enable hypervisor services. Top of that we will install VMs. Then top of that VMs, Windows or Linux operating system. Then applications install and configure. Okay. In type 2 hypervisor, application will not talk to directly to the physical server. Application will come to the VMs, then talk to hypervisor, then talk to OS, then physical server. Okay. It will be like, slow. When it comes to type 1 hypervisor, application will directly talk to virtual machine. Virtual machines directly on a hypervisor on a top of this physical server. Okay, it will be fast. So real time business purpose, data center purpose, we will use the type 1 hypervisor. Okay. As a VMware administrator, we are into server virtualization. There are multiple types of virtualizations are there. Server virtualization, storage virtualization, network virtualization, desktop virtualization, application virtualization. As a VMware administrator, we are responsible for server virtualization. Okay. Now we'll see VMware product vSphere versions. Okay. Okay. VMware vSphere from version 4 we will discuss. Okay. They have introduced product name called vSphere version 4.x. 4.x means after 4 whatever version came they have mentioned x, like we'll see. If we use 4.x vSphere, vCenter will be version 4.0, ESXi will be 4.0, ESX also 4.0. VM version like VMware hardware version 7. In upcoming class, we'll briefly I'll explain like what is vSphere, what is vCenter, what is ESXi, what is ESX, what is VM version, what is VM, what is VM hardware version. Okay. Upcoming session I'll explain very clearly. Okay. Now It is Hughes clicked 4.0 version. After some days, they have introduced one more version like 4.1, vSphere 4.1. If we use vSphere 4.1, vCenter version 4.1, ESXi 4.1, ESX 4.1. VMware version 7, same in both the cases. 4.0 and 4.1 VM version is same, 7.7. Okay. vSphere 5.x. After some days, they have introduced vSphere 5.x. It is used clicked in the market. Companies like used vSphere 5.2. If we use 5.2, vCenter version also 5.2, ESXi 5.2. From 5.0 onwards, they have removed ESX only. They kept in the market ESXi OS. Okay, they have removed ESX from market selling, like they have stopped. ESXi is VMware own operating system. ESX is combination of Red Hat and VMware operating system. So from 5.x onwards, their VMware own operating system they have introduced, they have kept, and combination OS they have removed from the market. Okay, if you use 5.0, VMware version is 8. So it is used clicked after some date 5.1 introduced, VC 5.1, ESXi 5.1, VMware version 9. Okay, it is not clicked much as they expected. Immediately they have released 5.5 vSphere version, VC 5.5, ESXi 5.5, VM hardware version 10. Okay, so as of now, it is completely outdated. No one is using vSphere 5.x versions any above of these three. Okay. Later, they have introduced vSphere 6.x. In this vSphere 6.2, vCenter 6.2, ESXi 6.2, VM version 11. This is also not expected. It is not worked as they expected. Immediately, they have introduced vSphere 6.5. It is huge clicked in the market. All companies clients are so happy with this 6.5 version. It worked successfully. Many years was there in the market this version vSphere 6.5, vCenter 6.5, ESXi 6.5, VM version 13. Okay, so later they have introduced 6.7 vSphere. So VC 6.7, ESXi 6.7, VM version 14 and 15 based on update. Okay, this is also support stopped from VMware. Officially, they have stopped the support. Like some companies probably still run vSphere 6.5, but it's risky and increasingly rare because official support is over or very limited. If you want support, you have to pay and take the support. Okay. They have announced technical support stopped for 6.x versions also. Companies probably now they are using, most of the companies they are using 8.x. Okay. So after 6.x, they have introduced vSphere 7.0, like update 1, update 2, update 3, VC 7.0, E6S 7.0, VM version 16 to 19. That means based on update 1, update 2, update 3, VM hardware version will be changed like 16 or 17 or 18 or 19. Okay. This is also not clicked much as they expected. Immediately they have come up with vSphere 8.x version like update 1, update 2, update 3. So still people are using 6.5, 7.4 few people. Most of the companies are using 8.2. So vCenter 8.2, ESXi 8.2, VM hardware version is 20. Okay. Now latest version is 9.2. VMware vSphere 9 Foundation 9.2, VC 9.2, ESXi 9.2, hardware version is 22. Okay. So I will install this vSphere product, VMware vSphere product, ICM, like how to install, how to configure, and how to manage. after install and configuration, how to manage this VMware vSphere product. Okay. In upcoming class, I'll explain that in brief. Okay. So, officially, like Broadcom completed its acquisition of VMware on November 22nd, 2023 year. Now, VMware product owned by Broadcom company. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching.